I think, good headline, toughest division in the National Football League. I think you got the Bengals. Can they keep Joe Burrow upright? Huge question. They did spend a ton of money. They get Kansas City's left tackle, Orlando Brown. They got the three big play wide receivers led by Joe Burrow's LSU teammate, Jamar Chase, and that group is really good. I think the intangible thing is Joe Mixon's got to have a Joe Mixon 1,000-yard season to take some of the workload off that quarterback. My concern, they exposed Burrow so much throwing, and he takes so many hits. And he's had two major injuries in about a 4-year span. So I think that's a big question. The defense is young. Defense is athletic, plays hard. But is that the best of the defense? Because they're not really added to that side of the football. I think Cincinnati is real close if Burrow is healthy. But my gut feel is Baltimore's right there with them, because what's changed with the Ravens is the persona of the offense. If I asked you, what's Ravens football mean to you? You'd say, run the damn ball and beat you up defensively.
Right.
And, of course, you got Lamar Jackson doing what Lamar Jackson does. But now they've gone out and they've added Odell Beckham Jr., and they went out and they got a speed guy on Nelson Aguilar. They got two tight ends they throw to, and they got three young kid wide receivers. That's a lot of firepower productivity that really Lamar Jackson's not had in the past. And they can still run the football with J.K. Dobbins. And their defense is typical John Harbaugh coming to play defense. I think Baltimore's right there with Cincinnati. Pittsburgh is not stylish. It's not sexy. They will slug you, and they'll probably win games because Mike Tomlin has never had a losing record. I guess in Pittsburgh's case, does Kenny Pickett take the next step? He played pretty well, fairly consistently, didn't turn it over a ton, but they're not real explosive. They're more plotters. They don't have superstar receivers. They got heavy-duty running backs. They fixed the offensive line. Pittsburgh always plays defense. I just don't know that they have enough firepower to match with the top two guys in the division do. And the third one is Cleveland. And I think Kevin Stefanski becomes the first name on the hot seat. If they don't make progress, go deep into playoffs this year, Stefanski might not survive. They do have Deshaun Watson and all that controversy. Now, he's had the entire offseason in their camp, in their playbook. So if Deshaun Watson plays back to what he did in Houston, then suddenly I got to believe Cleveland is a team to be reckoned with, because they got as power a running back as there is in Nick Chubb. They got Amari Cooper. They got young wide receivers to go with them. They got Myles Garrett on defense. Only negative in Cleveland, their secondary's got a lot of young athletes, and they're always hurt, all of them. If Stefanski does not have a good season, I don't know if he survives. And Cleveland paid such a price to get Deshaun Watson out of Houston. I think it's the best division in football. No place for the timid. Toughest division in the NFL. John, agree or disagree?
I love Joe Burrow. I love everything about that guy, the swag, the confidence, the cigars after he wins the big game. I mean, he's kind of like Deion Sanders, you know. He's got that energy, that charisma that I think is fantastic as a leader. I'm curious to see about Lamar Jackson, how he does. He finally got paid. He finally got his receivers.
He finally got healthy.
And he finally got healthy. So maybe this could be the year. But God, imagine if you're a Cleveland football fan. That's got to be a rough go. I mean, they were awful for so long. Then they moved to Baltimore, and now Baltimore's good. and then the Browns get the expansion team, and they've always struggled. So they're kind of the young kid you always kind of root for to have a good year. I'm also looking at Kenny Pickett. I think he's a guy that, he's interesting. He's not a real big guy, but he knows he can kind of, has a little magic to him, and he's a local kid in Pittsburgh. So they'll be kind of fun to watch.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a phenomenal division. Okay, we go